Hey everybody, this is our second day for this week in this week's budget challenge. We're doing $25 and we're doing that for 5 dinners for 4 people. So this week it will be at least 25 meals for the $25. Today's meal will be homemade pasta with a hot dog tomato sauce, and we're going to have a salad with that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get my hair up, and I'm going to get the table prepared because I think we're going to need a lot of space for this one. Also, if you have a pasta maker, you can absolutely roll out this pasta. I'm going to go ahead and try to do this by hand. I do have a pasta maker, but to be fair, I don't know that everybody does, or even that a lot of people do, so I'm going to go ahead and do it by hand. Also, if you have an extra couple of dollars, you can just buy the spaghetti. You don't have to sit here and hand make it, but I did want to stay within budget, and this is how we're going to do it. So let me get my hair up and we'll get started on this pasta. From the groceries within your $25 budget, today you will need some of the flour. You'll need about 4 ounces of this tomato paste. This is the one that has the basil, garlic, and oregano in it. Some of the lettuce, 1/4 of the cucumber, this Roma tomato, these carrots, the package of hot dogs, and the other rolls from yesterday. The 2 long ones, to be specific, I'm going to be making 2 regular hot dogs for one of my kids, but the rest of the hot dogs will go into our wonderful tomato sauce. I forgot to mention some of the margarine as well. You may need more than just the 4 tablespoons, but we'll figure that out as we go. Here we have our ingredients. I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and almost 1 cup of water. We are most likely not going to use all this cup of water. We do need to measure a little bit precise because we do have need of our flour for the rest of the week. And I measured out the flour for the rest of the days, and we do need to watch how much we're using. So here we go. We're going to take and put most of the flour onto the table. I'm going to keep about 1/2 cup into this container. Make a well in the middle. If you have eggs, you are more than welcome to use eggs with this. It will be much richer, but we are staying in our budget and it's not going to have eggs. So just put a little bit of water in there. Put all of the salt there. And now we're just going to go ahead and combine it. Whoa, there goes the water. This is so much messier than with the eggs, actually. You can use your spoon to stir it. This is my little measuring spoon. I was going to show you guys quickly to stir it, but... All right, this is going to be a mess, but just have fun with it. Go ahead and keep adding the water and the flour until you've used all of your flour. Be sure to keep a little bit in reserve. This is what I have. Is actually most of it is left over from yesterday that I didn't end up using with the bread, but keep that in reserve because we're going to need that when we roll out the pasta. All right, so now that we have this combined, I'm just going to actually keep adding the water and the flour, but I'm going to put y'all on a time lapse, and we're going to be putting this together and then kneading it for 3 to 5 minutes. Five minutes of dough kneading done. We're going to let this ball rest for 30 minutes at least. It's okay if it's longer than that. We ended up using all of the 3 cups of flour, and we used about 3/4 cup of water. But go little by little so you don't put too much water in. All right, now we're going to work on that salad. 5 It's now time to cut up the hot dogs. I'm going to cut 6 of these up. The 2 that I'm reserving for one of my kids is not going to be cut up, but if you are putting these all into this dish, then just cut them all up. I didn't hit the record button. Just cut these into discs like so. I tried to cut them so they were a little bit elongated. Yeah, just cut them up like this. Now we're going to stick them in a pan with some butter. While your hot dogs are cooking, go ahead and open up your can of tomato paste. Pull 2 tablespoons out of it. You can put it in the same container that you put the 2 tablespoons in yesterday. And we're going to use that another day. So we're going to put 4 ounces of this tomato paste into our dish when the hot dogs are cooked. I'm adding the tomato paste in, and I will be adding 1 cup of water also. This is still pretty thick at this point. I'm going to go ahead and add in another 1/4 cup of water. Now do keep in mind as you're looking at mine here that remember that the hot dog amount is for 3 people and not 4 because the 4th person is having just hot dogs, not in sauce. All right, so at this point, we're just going to let this hang out and then we're going to go work on the pasta. All right, we're just going to put a lid on it and let it sit. And we're back to our rested dough. I'm not sure what exactly the best way to do this will be, so we're just going to go with it. I'm going to cut it in half so it's easier to manage. All right, let's put you on a time lapse. At this point, I have it at about 1/8 of an inch thick, so we're going to go ahead and cut this into strips. So this is that half the ball of pasta. It was very easy to cut with the pizza cutter, so if you have one of these very basic pizza cutters, it worked so well with that. The knife's all right. You know, it'll get the job done. I'm going to go ahead and get that other one, the other half of the ball, rolled out, but I'm not going to do another time lapse because you get the picture. All right, that's all of it. It rolled out really easily, so I don't think that it will be a problem for you if you don't have a pasta roller. I got my biggest pot on the stovetop. I'm going to turn that on high, and we're going to get this pasta cooking. In the meantime, we're going to slice some of these rolls from yesterday and make some garlic bread. has come to a boil. It is time to add in some of our pasta. We're going to put it in batches. It should take about 6 to 8 minutes, and that's it. The fresh pasta cooks much faster than dried pasta. Oh, before I forget, we want to put some salt in there. Look at those noodles go. I have pulled one out to test. I didn't mean to pull that big of a one out, but that's okay. Wow, that cooked really fast. All right, they've been in there about 6 minutes. I tested that one, as you saw. It was al dente, and I think we are good to go. So I'm going to pull these out, and then I'm going to put another batch in. All right, I believe this second batch is done. We will pull out one noodle to test it. Oh, okay, I just put the noodle back in the water. All right, give me a minute. I'll be back. I'm going to test this real quick. It's good. Get those noodles out of there. And I believe we have one batch left, and that will be it. I have also melted 2 tablespoons of the margarine that I am going to go ahead and put on these noodles so they don't stick together. Last batch of pasta is ready. 6 minutes is all it took. I have turned my oven on to broil so that I can get the garlic bread in there. I'm going to open up the sauce and give it one more look and taste. And if I think that it needs a little bit more of something, I will probably give it a scoop of this pasta water, because look how rich that is. Let's get this 2 tablespoons or 3 of melted margarine on there, so they don't stick together. All right, I have those 2 hot dogs boiling for that 1 kiddo. This is the sauce. I'm gonna actually give it a little taste here. That's pretty good. I'm going to give it 1 scoop of pasta water, soup ladle. Just to remind you guys, hot dog wise, this is for 3 people because the other 2 are in there. And we are also going to go ahead and take these bread pieces. We're going to put them in the oven on broil for about 3 or 4 minutes. Here's that garlic bread. I had to pull it out after 2 minutes. It broiled up very quickly. Here is the whole meal, minus the 2 hot dogs for the 1 kiddo. But plenty of pasta for everyone in this giant spaghetti bowl. And then we have our salad, our hot dogs with tomato sauce, and our garlic bread. If you guys have any salad dressings in your fridge that you want to use, or Parmesan cheese or any other cheese, you use what you got in your fridge. Here is my lovely plate. I have my homemade pasta with my hot dog sauce and a ginormous salad and the garlic bread.